Everyone's PTCD, we are back, and welcome back yet again to another episode of the Elementalists. We are actually on the final current chapter. Don't worry, there will be more chapters coming up soon. They just haven't been made yet. So after this chapter, I will actually be caught up with the Elementalists, and the series will be put on hold until, obviously, more chapters are going to be made. And from the developers themselves, they said that that's probably going to be around early June, so it actually shouldn't be too far off, as the recording date is literally the 27th for me, and this will probably be actually around the time chapter 10 is announced. So if I do chapter 10, I probably will do it live, and I will probably cut out any bad parts, any bad or immature parts or anything. So I'll have to be careful with it, but we're gonna see where this goes. Anyways, chapter 9. They say to keep your enemies close. Well, actually, your friends close, enemies closer. Whoever's saying keep your enemies close only is wrong. Just, I'm gotta point that out. Whatever. Just being a smart ass. Chapter 9, Face to Face. You and your friends gather in Griffin's club's house to discuss Kane's invitation and the metallic beetle that came with it. What's this for? He said I had to figure out how to use it, so I must have a purpose. The other trinket turned into a shield. Maybe it's a brooch he wishes you to wear to his tea party. It sounds like a rather scuffy occasion, if you ask me. Keen isn't 87 years old. He's not going to wear a brooch. Ruff! Dog agrees. Ollie appears from the other with a bark, wagging her tail. See? Ollie agrees with me too. Brooches are a no-go. Perhaps a sword to go with your shield? Those two are paired a lot in Toon history books. Maybe that's the theme of his tea party, Knights of the Round Table? Maybe we just gotta ask nicely if this thing will show us. And this thing will show us what it does. Come on, bug, activate. Pretty please. Whoa! The beetle in your hand starts shakes, and bursts out a swarm of millions of tiny insects, buzzing frantically as they whirl through the air and darken the room. Somebody help? Let's form a wall all the way around you like a protective barrier. They're attacking Keen. We've got to stop them. Feel a rush of wind, and suddenly the insects' buzzing intensifies. They swarm through the entire courthouse. I can't see anything. They're everywhere. I should zap them with magic, ask them to calm down. Oh, no, I shouldn't. Oh, I'm so stupid. Please stop, please. I meant to put me up when I was moving so fast. Swarm slows down. They're buzzing, quieting. They hover calmly in the air, and you notice the jewel of the trinket glowing. Do I just press the gem, and the insects rush back to the trinket? Was that right? That's stupid. What the hell was that? I didn't know to actually do something. Voice-activated charms are super rare because they're so unpredictable. There must be a way to control it. I wonder what its purpose is. A distraction, perhaps? More like utter chaos. I don't know how Kane thinks something like this will convince you to have tea with him. Talk about lowbrow. Maybe it was meant as some sort of trap. But his letter said he wants to tell Keen about his mother. Why would he hurt him if he wanted to do that? I know what Atlas would say. Keen, open your eyes already. This guy's just one more person who doesn't care about you. Arr. Well, he nuzzles against you and you scoop her up in your arms. And why the hell would he tell me about my mom anyway? What would he get out of it? He's trying to make you his pawn. He's attempting to steal the sun crystal, and you have to have easy access to the room. I'm with Beckett on this one. I know business enough to know he's buttering you up to try and close a deal. The tea party reeks of a business dinner, whatever. But business doesn't just go one way, does it? If Kane goes to this party, he can try to get Kane to spill the deets about his schemes. Ooh, I love this. He can beat the player at their own game by sucking up to him. Subterfuge is so fun. Utah, this will be a piece of cake? I don't know. Whatever. It's about time I get to have some fun in all this mayhem. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Subterfuge happens to be my middle name. Everything is your middle name, Zeph. Good lord. And we will all be attending this party with you, Kian. I'm absolutely certain it's a trap of some sort. We won't let anything happen to you at this tea party, Kian. If there's one thing Pen Palace does best, it's teamwork. We've got your back. Kane has no idea what's coming. Thanks, guys. You're really the best friends a guy can ask for. We'll trick Kane into telling us what he's going on for sure. There's one more crucial detail. I've been on my scry glass browsing boutiques, and I found just the look. It should be arriving in. The scry glass buzzes, then glows with a flash of light. A garment bag appears in her arms. Going to butter Kane up to get him to spill secrets. You should do it in style. In Kane's style, to be exact. Ooh. I actually kind of like the style. He hands you the garment bag and you quickly change. Oh, I love this. I look better than Kane. So good. I look better than Kane. Screw you, Kane. I'm living for this look, Shreya. It's giving me serious steampunk vibes. The black's a bit much, though. I wish it were like a purple. That would be nice. Looks amazing on you, Ken. You can really pull off anything. Yep, yep. Sounds like Lally agrees with me. Agrees with you, whatever. The best way to get Kane's guard down is to make him think you want to be just like him, but you look way more amazing. With his out to impress Kane at the tea party, the more you impress him, the more secrets he'll tell you. Sure. I can't wait to outsmart and outdress Kane. Kane better be ready because pen pals are going to figure out exactly what he's up to. Later that afternoon, you arrive at the tea parlor where patrons mill around the tea set. Wait, patrons mill around the tea sets afloat above everyone's heads. I can't. Look, it's not me, I swear, it's the game. The fragrant smell of tea fills the air. Excuse me. So do we just find a table and wait for Kane to come to us, or do we start investigating? Kane, please come in. It's the girl. It's a girl I saw on the pirate ship. Man, we were told to expect you. You must sit down and try the house brew. The woman appears out of nowhere. You jump back as she reaches for you. Hold on. You're the woman from my vision. You capsized that pirate ship. How's that even possible? Wait, are you saying this person's part of Kane's secret wind society? Capsized the ship? Not quite, but I have been on a pirate ship before. I'm so happy I've made a name for myself. She corrals you and your friends toward a table where she pushes you into seats. She sets a teacup in front of each of you. Quick question, why is my tea whistling the Drixmar March at me? Do you not like it? I brewed it myself when I heard Keen was our special guest. You're starting to hurt my feelings. Oh, please don't be upset. My tea smells delicious, and it tastes... She takes big sip, shivers, and frost immediately begins covering her body. So cold. Aster, hold on. She conjures a flame to melt the ice creeping over Aster while you glare at the strange woman. What's that for? So you can't just turn my friends into ice cubes. Oh, you're just upset because you haven't tried the tea. I recommend a surprise brew myself. Not to be rude, but none of us said we were thirsty. Hey, what gives? He tries to stand, but he's stuck to his chair. The rest of you struggle on your seats, and the woman giggles. Oh no, what terrible manners. No leaving the table until you finish your tea. Kian, please, surprise us. Sure, Kian would love to sample some, and maybe then you can tell us more about your wonderful host. Whatever, sure will back me up. I'd love to hear what you could tell me about Kane. The floating teacup with fancy decorations on it, take a sip. A shiver runs through you, and your breath turns frosty. Okay, yeah, this is cold. Wasn't very surprising. I'd hope you'd be more daring. Kane told me you were a little more interesting. Sorry, one moment. Oh, are you talking about Kane? Can we join you? Turn to see two guests grinning wide at you, their arms linked together. My sister and I would shrink in tea for ourselves, but it looks like there's so much more fun over here. Fun is one word for it, I guess. The squeal, the two guests sit down at your table, the woman leans toward you. I'm Kane's biggest fan. My dream is to present him with the perfect tea, so he'll remember me forever. Mine is to have him answer the unsolvable riddle. I've heard he's a genius at riddles. A genius at everything, really. Riddles aren't something one can be a genius at. They're a play on words, not complex equations. Ignore him, he doesn't sound like fun. He doesn't like fun. I don't know. But he still insists on coming to parties for some reason. So what's this impossible riddle you're talking about? Let's play a game. If we like your answer, we'll tell you something about Kane that only a superfan knows. Zeph nudges you on the side and gives you a pointed look. I'd love to know more about how amazing Kane is. I'm trying to become a superfan myself. So the rarer the deeds, the better. Remember, only Kane's smart enough to know the real answer. What do you think? Why is a raven like a writing desk? I don't know. Like, I literally have no clue what you just said. I think Zeph brought that up earlier. Without hearty laughs. Neither do we. You're just as delightful as we hoped. If you don't know the answer to the riddle, why would you give me a This game is stupid. So you've probably heard of the rivalry between Cain and that woman named Thea, but breaking new evidence proves they weren't enemies. When Cain was trapped underground, Thea visited him to keep him from forgetting about the joys of the world. Hold on, how do you know? Cain, my most esteemed guest, there you are. Cain appears at your table on a gentle gust of wind. He tips his hat to you, taking in your attire with a gleeful smile. My, don't you look stunning, radiant, dashing. I'm tickled pink that you dressed up for the occasion. I try to channel your aesthetic. Your fashion sense is just so unique and captivating that I really wanted to emulate it. Oh, Cain, you flatter me too much. I'll just have to send you even more gifts. I hope you've enjoyed meeting with my friends so far. That the Total Weirdos, they adore you. They adore you? Almost too much, if you ask me. You've obviously won them over with your endless charm and talent. Please, Cain, sign my handkerchief. Sign my face. I love you more than my own life. Cain wipes away an imaginary tear, ignoring his fans to respond to you. I'm just proud to inspire such devotion and adoration in the masses of common folk. They need someone like me to look up to, you know? Odd. Cain's eyes catch on your friends and his eyebrows raise. Oh, and who are all these ordinary-looking people you've brought along? An entourage? Able to carry your bag, shine your shoes? Not quite. These are my friends. I figured they enjoyed the party too. I hope that's alright with you. Cain's look of surprise melts to an indulgent smile. Why, of course. The more the merrier. Oh, he's gonna kill all of us. I hope you've enjoyed the mischief maker I sent you. It tunes itself to your whims. You can get up to quite a bit of trouble if you use it right. Mischief maker. I need to try it out again right away. We'll speak soon, Cain. For now, I insist you meet the rest of my friends while I set up something special. I'll be right back. He twirls up into a gust of wind and flits away, and the siblings skid off into the ground. Whatever. Guys, this dude is off his rocker. I'm like too weirded out to even be scared of him. I cannot believe he called me an entourage. He better run. Wonder what this special surprise is. I don't feel too confident about letting him out of our sights. Well, he's going down that hallway over there if you want to keep an eye on him. Griffin points towards a narrow hallway and his trails go deeper into the parlor where it ends Cain's coattails disappear out a quarter. I wish I could branch, but there aren't any trees near the exterior of this parlor, so I'm afraid I can't help. I could use the mischief maker to follow him. I'm really not a troll yet, but I bet it will create a distraction for me. It's risky, but this might be my only chance to figure out what he's up to. Why not? You take out the mischief maker and squeeze it in your fist. You guys wait here while I get to the bottom of this. Now, mischief maker, could you please give me some cover? Things like swarm out of the mischief maker and swirl around you, glinting in the lights of the parlor. Cain, you vanished. Thanks, Beckett. You hold up a hand in front of your face, but only see a faint outline. The beetles sit against your skin, reflecting your surroundings and making you invisible. Sweet, this'll be a piece of cake. Or you'd be like the best ghost of all time. You slip through the crowd unnoticed. It isn't long before you hear Cain speaking with someone. You tiptoe up to the open door and peer inside. Mortals can still channel earth magic, so she can't be dead. That's why I have to find her tether. Otherwise, they'll just use her against me again. But how are we possibly supposed to find it? According to our scouts, she's still missing. It's better that she isn't found for now. She's vulnerable, and Alma could swoop in and take advantage of her. We just have to think. Where would it be kept, as long as in fact she's safe? But a source without a tether is as good as... Show yourself. Oh boy. Eyes dart to where we stand. The man with him follows his gaze and grasps. Eavesdropper! Cain, who is this scoundrel? You can see me? I created that mischief maker, Cain. I know when my creations are near. He steps close to you. You starting to whimper around him. His eyes burn to yours, and the force of his magic wraps around your throat. What, pray tell, are you doing eavesdropping on my private conversation? I had to try the Mr. Stranger wanted to talk to you. I just couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I just got carried away. Rage in Cain's face slowly melts away and lets out a hearty laugh. Oh, I can't fault you for that. Such a clever little creation, is it not? Yeah, it's pretty great. Is everything okay back here? I'm just worried about a friend of mine. This is a party, Cain. I don't want to spoil fun with heavy topics. Now please, enjoy the party. I will be with you soon. Before you can protest, he summons a wind that carries you straight back down to the hall, right where your friends are waiting for you. You're back. Are you okay? I think so, at least. But I think he was talking about... Your friends disappear. You're in the mirror dimension where you fought the shadow monster. Oh, God. Hey, where'd everyone go? Hello? Get away from me! Will you just leave me alone? Spin around and find Atlas glaring at you. Atlas, what are you... Foolish child. Still raring to this fight. Can't wait for this to be over once and for all. Oh, he's having a flashback. Some sort. It's around you, slowly advancing towards Atlas. He slashes a hand through the air. Now die. Whirling, sickly-looking magic lashes around Atlas, pinning him to a tree. Blood spurts out of his mouth. Ah! No! Rafe, stop! Try to cast, but your magic sparks uselessly around you and then fizzles out. You run toward Atlas and slam into a pane of glass. Ah! Stuck in the hall of mirrors, unable to get through the portal, you bang against the glass, helplessly watching Wraiths advance on Atlas' cindered form. Die, die, die! Steps out from behind him mirror by mirror, smirking at you. Hello there. Do you like my illusion? Right now you're experiencing what terrifies you the most. This is an illusion? The hell? Why would you show me something like this? You should have no problem overcoming it. What are illusions to someone as powerful as you? Mama wouldn't teach me how to use illusionary magic, though. Spawn with fracturing magic. Try to control the illusion. Quit messing with my head. Magic flares out, overpowering the strangers and immediately dissolving this illusion. Okay. What fearsome power! Thank you kindly for giving me a glimpse. Nobody gets to attack my guest of honor. Get out of this establishment and don't come back. Hiss! Kate appears, the hissing kitten on his shoulder, and blows the man right out the door. Ah! I really thought I was watching Rafe hurt Atlas all over again. Aster rounds on Kane, and the wreaths in her hair rustling in fury. He deserves better than to be attacked by one of your awful guests at a horrible tea party. I am truly sorry. I had no idea one of my guests would behave so hideously and use illusions on such a monstrous way. The kitten jumps into your arms and starts purring. Something bumps against your hip, and you turn to see a calf blinking up at you. Moo. Where are all these animals coming from? This is a surprise I was planning, Kian. I'd like to show you how to conjure illusions such as these. Illusions that aren't frightful. These are illusions? Wait, you want to teach me illusory magic? Alma said I shouldn't have said her name. Handle it. Hogwash, you're more than capable of just a little bit of magic. Just need a little guidance. I'll admit, the kitten is darling. Yeah, I said that right. The cutest little face with the feastiest personality. Is this a cow? I've seen pictures but never met one before. What a friendly creature. Please, Kian, allow me to apologize for earlier with a little lesson. I do believe it'll cheer you right up. Illusory magic would be a formidable addition to your repertoire, Kian. Plus, you've learned other spells this year without issue. And the rest of us will be right here to make sure nothing goes wrong. That's true. I do want to prove Alma wrong, and these animals are pretty adorable. Meh. Add the illusory spell to your spellbook to create a friendly creature and control illusions on the trials ahead. One moment. Yes, please. Fantastic. Let's just spice up the ambience then, shall we? You're suddenly surrounded by bleeding goats, squabbling chickens, and winking piglets. Is this all an illusion? Most definitely, and it's certainly more enjoyable than the last, I hope. Oh, just look at all these cute little animals. I've never seen any of them in the forest before. This is marginally impressive, I suppose. Nah. The calf comes up and starts chewing on Beckett's blazer. He can't help smiling softly. Fine, I'll relent. You are a rather cute little calf. Kane chuckles, then turns toward you. Now, Kian, illusory magic is actually a fusion of air and sun magic. This spell, which can create and dispel illusions, is a little something I created with your mother's help back in the day. No way, you and my mom created a spell together? I didn't realize you were so close. Of course. As the air source, I can't use sun magic, so her help is invaluable. Nowadays, I must simply feel the rays of sunlight all around. But you can. You can grasp those rays of sun and bend them to your will. Please, try to reach for them. Oh, I can do more than try. We're talking about my attunement here. You focus on the sunlight knowing that you're still inside the parlor, that light flows in through the windows. Grasp the sunlight. That'd be a poor excuse for a sun half if I couldn't get this right. Your sun magic thrums through the rays of light around you, pulling them taut like the strings in a violin. The air gets warmer. I'm with the kitten. This is perfect sunbathing weather. Thanks, Ian. Shreya flops down in the sun and the kitten crawls into her stomach and curls up. I got a bit of a sore throat, I apologize. Now, Kane, in order to create illusion, you must work your air magic through the sun, altering the very images that appear in the air. Piece of cake. Okay. I think I get it. It's just to weave. I just weave a little sun with a little air, write it all together nice and neat. You fold your air and sun to each other and a ripple forms in the air between you. It's warped. It warps as though something is trying to take form. Ready to shape your illusion. Envision the creature you'd like to create and then channel the spell with the word hallucinatio. I'm gonna type that. Because I'm gonna spell it wrong. I'll make a monster, monkey, puppy. Oh, I'll make a puppy. Oh, I didn't have to spell it. Come to life, my beautiful illusion friend. Yip, yip. A chubby little puppy pops into existence, tail wagging in frantic excitement as it jumps up Zeph's legs. Aw, I wish we could take you home with us. How delightful. I'd say you're a master at illusionary magic already, Kian. I mean, I kinda am. I'll say, to be ashamed saying goodbye to this little guy. He scoops up the puppy, lets out a happy yip, and licks all over his face. Ruff, ruff. Aren't you cute? Come to Papa. Yip. That puppy leaps from Griffin's arms straight into your outstretched ones. It wriggles around happily, leaving a slobbery look on your chin. Cool. Thanks for teaching me, Kane. I'm glad not all illusory magic is soul-crushingly terrifying. Of course, Kane. I'm glad to serve as an enjoyable interlude for you. He gives you a bow, then snaps his fingers and the petting zoo disappears. Now, Kane, you and I must talk. I've reserved us a private table, but your entourage must wait here. You immediately lose sight of your friends as Kane whisks you away from a booth across the parlor. I was hoping to speak with you about your mother, Kian. That makes two of us. I feel like Alma's the only told me a bare minimum about her. I happen to know Thaya well, and it has come to my attention that you do not. It's only fair to answer any questions that you may have. Okay, then, do you really want to kill her? Why would she vanish? I feel like he's gonna obviously answer no to do you really want to kill her. Why would she vanish? Alice is really broken up about it, and I'm kind of sad too. You thought she was dead, so learning she's alive but just hasn't tried to meet us. We sources were also forsaken by Thaya when she left the mortal world. She has a history of abandoning those who care for her. Earning Kane's trust has made him tell you secrets. He studies you for a moment, as though addressing your worth. I have a hunch that she didn't vanish by choice. I believe Alma knows more about the matter than she has revealed. I find it a shame that Alma has focused her intentions on villainizing me rather than telling you all she could about your mother. I'm sure you're curious, for instance, how Thaya began her quasi-human life in the first place. It all started the day she met Desmond Pendergast. The literal founder of Pendergast College? How long ago was that? Let me show you. Kane snaps his fingers and an illusion of old city streets forms around you. He starts walking down the streets and you fall into step beside him. 1693, during the Salem witch trials, Desmond established Pendergast as a safe haven for persecuted attuned, and your mother was fascinated. She was already curious about the mortal's ways of life and couldn't resist investigating. Curiosity is something she and I had in common. So are you saying that she's been living as a human for hundreds of years? Kane snaps his fingers again, and you're suddenly standing in front of a version of Pendergast from the past. Hardly, but she became close with Desmond and visited him often. She fell more in love with the school each time and would study the students. It took her a few more centuries for her to work up the nerve to enroll as a student herself. By then, she had mastered the art of pretending to be human. Engaged has medium times. Cool. Kane steps closer, her eyes twinkling with mischief. This is between you and me. When Thai was still in school, she told me she'd do anything for your father, and I couldn't imagine a life without him. She told you about my dad? She trusted you with that kind of stuff? I wonder if she trusted any of us. If she did, would she have forsaken us to live pretend life among humans? What I do know is that your mother started to see herself as more human than Source. At least, this is what she confided with me. Desmond Pendergast must have known my mother was Source, though. Did other headmasters after him also know? Kane lifts his arms in a shrug, and the illusion dissipates. That's the extent of my knowledge, sadly. Legends say that there are secrets about her hidden at Pendergast, though. It's like the crystal you tried to steal. I'm sure you have some leads. Go all the way. You weren't the type to miss out on investigating secret, mysterious things. Neither am I. Just too interesting, right? Right you are. I've done my investigating. That's why I showed up at Pendergast in the first place. You see, I should have been able to sense where your mother was when I touched the sun crystal, but I felt nothing, which worries me. What do you think that means? Not that she's dead, right? The only reason I could think of it is that, for some reason or other, she no longer has possession of her magic. No magic? How is that even possible? She's a Source. Kane pulls a pendant out of his pocket and places it onto the table in front of you. I feel its aura. You sense warmth from it and can't help picking... Yeah, immediately you're filled with a sense of peace you feel in the sun out room, and your magic glows around you. Whoa, what's... Kian, Atlas, my sons, at long last. Mom. Kane, this is my mom's pendant, isn't it? That's why it responded to your magical energy. Thai would want you to have it, you and your brother. You narrow your eyes in suspicion. But she helped seal you. Because of her, you were trapped for 2,000 years. Why aren't you mad about that? All water under the bridge. Much of the truth of that tragic time has been buried under the weight of centuries. He leads closer to you. I know Alma must have told you terrible things about me. I hope giving you this pendant proves that my heart is in the right place. In fact, I'd like to tell you my side of the story. Surely you must wonder how I erupted a volcano when I'm neither the source of fire nor earth. You can do the illusory spell, though, and that involves sun magic. It involves it, but also requires air. There's no air magic that can erupt a volcano alone or combine with any other element. Let me show you what really happened at Pompeii. I'll even treat you to some details about your mother that Alma would never divulge. Let Cade tell you his side of the story about his imprisonment, and you'll get to learn what else he knows about your mother. Your side of the story, please tell me more. Go for it, brother. Gladly. First, I think you need a better misunderstanding of what we sources are capable of. He snaps his fingers, and you're suddenly floating above the newly formed planet. Oceans bloom on its surface, and green spreads across them. Behold, a young world already full of life. Watch your step now. Kane gives you a gentle push and begin careening toward the planet, headed straight for the middle of a vast ocean. Oh, crap! My game is not a fan of me right now. One more sip. This is so good. Stop mere inches above the water, hovering in the air. Kate alights next to you, the tip of his shoe lightly grazing the water. If we sources work together, we could level Earth to ash and rebuild it with a snap of our fingers. It would be no more than clay in our hands. Would you like to know how that feels? Just say the word and I'll bend the planet to your will. Let's turn the planet into a futuristic metropolis force unlike anything on Earth. City in the sky. Oh no. Be healthy, I guess. Let it be so. Kane claps and you find yourself on a viewing platform in an elegant tile, forest of alien trees and other flora spread out in front of you. This is so cool, being able to shape a planet like this. Such a trip. You fake an odd look. It's so generous of you to show me all this. How do you even handle having so much power? I don't think I could manage it. The weight of responsibility is heavy. We sources could reshape Earth to our whims, but that would be no fun at all. It's far more entertaining. To ensure that we already exist keeps doing so in harmony. The expression darkens as does the illusion. Swirling clouds suit twine around you and molten magma bubbles far below. Pompeii nearly changed all that. When sources gather, things get out of hand. The eruption of Pompeii was the result of our magic coming together in close quarters. Why do you guys all gather them there? The other sources cornered me here as to where they berated me for caring as much as I did about being a part of the world. They have a very hands-off approach of ensuring order, you see. One that I find rather distant and dull. Alma's definitely told me some things about your view of the world. She doesn't have the highest opinion of you, that's for sure. Bless her cold, stony heart. Go on then. What's the worst thing you've heard about me? Don't worry, I can take the abuse. Because I've heard that you want to rule the world, hate humans. I mean, wanting to rule the world is not a bad thing. I think all of us kind of on the inside, there's one evil part of us like, I'm gonna rule the world. I don't know, hate humans. Nonsense! Nothing can be further from the truth. I enjoy your company plenty, as I hope I've expressed clearly. Humans are so interesting. I've always been rather attached to them, to their movements, their drama, particularly the powerful humans, the ones who really mold history. Mold history? Are you talking about, like, Einstein? I never got to meet Albert, but I'm sure you can name others like him I befriend. Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, Sun Tzu. Excuse me. Excuse me is not one of them, by the way. Those guys were your friends? The best I've ever known. How could I hate humans? My greatest allies were human. So you're saying it wasn't you who made the volcano erupt? Think, Kian. Volcanoes, lava, earth, and fire. Volcanic eruption is entirely outside my wheelhouse. The fire source and Gemma erupted the volcano? You know of Gemma. You're truly a well-acquainted individual. And they did not purposely cause the eruption, but Esme and Gemma's magic, fraught as it was too much for the volcano to take. Esme's rage awakened the volcano, and then Gemma's mere presence set off the eruption. He starts the blower, and you can practically feel the heat intensifying the volcano beneath you. They are the ones to blame, but in their shame, they pinned it all on me. The ground beneath your feet rumbles, and the volcano behind you erupts. Ah! You cover your eyes, and when you open them again, you're seated in the tea parlor. Kane leans back in his chair, an amused expression on his face. There, that should assuage any doubts you have as to my character, no? You realize you're holding your mother's pendant tightly in your hand and loosen your fingers. You still haven't explained why you had this. Why do you think I have, Kian? Your mother and I acquired the pendant when we traveled forward in time, Victorian England. That's a memento of a grand old time, from before all that strife and discord arose. You put up a hand for him to stop speaking, and then slowly bring it to your forehead. You and my mom time-traveled forward to Victorian England. Yes, all thanks to her sun magic. I do miss our escapades. We had quite the time in London, for quite the time. And you and my mom were friends. What else did she tell you about my dad? Indeed, your mother was the only source who would visit me during all those millennia I was trapped underground. She would sit atop the hill I was buried under, and the wind would carry her voice to me. It sounds like she was really kind. Yes, and ever the optimist. She always insisted that I needed to begin seeing the world in more positive light. And so, you have her to credit for my sunny disposition. He lets out a wistful sigh. So now you see, I hope, that I'm not the treacherous villain Alma has made me out to be, but rather a source for the story of my very own. Thanks for telling me all this. I still don't trust you. Thanks for telling me all this, because obviously if I still don't, that's not giving away that I trust him. You had no reason to, and I appreciate that you did. I've learned more about the sources about my mom. Yeah, and I had every reason to tell you what I have today. But the biggest reason, the most important, is that you deserve the truth. Thanks. Though I think you might be the first person to throw a whole fancy magical tea party just to tell someone the truth. Kane's eyes glimmer with amusement. You have so much of your mother in you. I hope this is not too direct, but I feel like the beginning of a true friendship was forged today. Now, I have one teensy little question for you. Surroundings melt, and you find yourself in the sign-up practice room, Kane's magic swirling around you. Another illusion? Kane, what are you doing? Echoes around you, vast and disorienting. I have given you much today. I hope you can give me something in oh boy. The other side of the tea parlor cuts him off. You feel his magic fall away. That's enough, Kane. Almost steps into the parlor, energy swirling around her. Kane immediately bolts up for the table, rage cutting across his features. You! How dare you barge in without an invitation? He summons a whipping wind around himself, and before your eyes, he disappears into thin air. Where'd he go? He fears being defeated and is leaving the fight to his lackeys, as usual. But I'll find him. He must leave at once. Kian isn't going anywhere. The woman who offered you tea sends a violent gust of wind straight at you, but Professor Ingloon suddenly appears, blasting apart her spell. Kian, you gather your friends and find cover. You'll need to stay together. Chaos breaks out. Your professor stream into the parlor as guests fire off spells left and right. This decor is atrocious. I feel dirty just standing here. Everyone careful. Our first priority is keeping our students safe. As Dean Swan binds a new nearby guest with sun magic, you scramble across the parlor to where your friends dodge tackling tableware. There are too many tea sets. They just keep multiplying. Everyone, get under here. Aster creates a barrier for the tables, but the tea sets break into razor-sharp shards that slice through the wood. The illusion worker from earlier reappears, lets out a laugh, and charges. Haha, you make it too easy, mortals. Blast away, the illusion worker casts aside the table for him and blossom away. Bye. Don't you dare touch her. Oh, I'm so stupid. I just juiced it. Don't side with Kane, but use air magic. Yeah. You slash your hand out, creating a zephyr so strong it blasts him all the way into the booths across the parlor, where he crumples. Oh, it worked at least. I've got the dishes. Griffin closes his hands to fists, and the shards of china crumple to dust. I've cast a ward among us. We should be safe for the... What was that? Wind sends a wind through so sharp it slices through Beckett's ward. The gust sends you all crashing into a wall. Ah! Stay back, you air creeps. You don't want to mess with the pen pals. That's really not threatening. Zeph scrambles to his feet, creating twin funnels and boiling tea that sends toward your opponent. You jump up and bolster his attack. And that's the tea. That's the tea, sis. James Charles is about to walk in like, I got tea magic. As magic thickens the air, you notice your surroundings beginning to flicker and warp, like a TV screen with poor reception. Hold on. I think the tea parlor is an illusion. I can dispel it with the illusory spell. Get rid, please. Alucinato, sure, whatever. The parlor vanishes before your eyes, leaving you in a dilapidated building. Fantastic work, Ian. Thank you. Well, that was very impressive. You deserve a reward. Ward is the taste of our whirlwinds. Their twisters combine into a massive tornado that tears apart the ceiling and floorboards as it whirls toward you. Caw. Oh, hell no. Desiree and Atlas jump in front of you, blasting apart the tornado. Jagged planks of wood fall all around. Desiree and Atlas, you're here. Atlas glances over his shoulder at you. Where else would I be? Brothers have each other's backs, don't they? Oh, God, dude. Grr! This is so touching, don't you think, sis? I think I'm going to be sick. They rush at you as whirlwinds whip around them, sucking in everything in their path and creating a force field of flying debris. Team up with Atlas, Desiree. Whatever, I'll make him happy. Atlas, let's take care of this. Time to take out the trash. Your and Atlas spells combine in midair. They twine into a beam of light and shadows that smashes into the siblings, sending them flying. Your tag can lift your opponents in the dust. Curse you. You look around for Kane, but all you see are your professors taking down the last of the party guests. You better run, and you better run fast. Penn Square is no place for this sort of criminal activity. Scree. Darius sinks a teeth into a guest's slug and sends her flying through the air. Ah! Get out of my sight. And do not return. Ah! As the last guest crumples into the floor from Beckett and Katrina's teamwork, Kane lets out a roar, appearing into a swirl of wind. You will all meet your end for meddling in my affairs. That's enough, Kane. Cease your manipulation of Kian. It won't save you. I'm not the evil one here. I was simply trying to tell Kian about his mother. Tell her, Kian. I don't care for your excuses. Her power rages at Can with terrifying might, exploding against him and sending him into a pile of rubble. Ah! It's over, Kane. You will come with me until it's time to return to me.
I will never go back there.
Kane's magic screams through the air at Alma, who fires the wall. Back with a wall of blood magic. Goosebumps erupt all over your body. Attack Kane, stop Alma. Attack Kane, stupid. I have no choice, Kane. You have to go back underground. Yes, knock him out, Kane. Your Alma's magic smashes Kane into a table. He crumples, but his air magic lifts him back up. He pins a murderous gaze at you. You traitor! After everything I've done for you. He steps in front of you, her magic glares, and tone is calm and assured. I am relieved that you haven't been swayed from your task, Kian. You are powerless against me, Kane. Source you may be, but your domination is only over air. You will surrender or be destroyed. Gaze jumps between you and Alma like that of a concerned animal. Then he slashes his hands upward. I will do neither of those things, Alma. Your tyranny will not prevail today. He blasts a hole through the ceiling and creates a whirlwind that buffets everyone but you to the ground. He flies toward you, grasping your arm. For a moment. Secrets about your mother are hidden at Pendergast, Kian. I cannot show you, but remember my words. He lets you go and starts rising in fury wind, his voice trailing back as he makes his escape. The source of your life is where it's been willed. The first answer lies where the first blood was spilled. So Dean Joff, I think? I don't know. Because that was the first blood spilled. Oh, that's it. Continue on. Word for chapter Elementalists, chapter 2, chapter 9. Wow. Man, what a doozy, dude. What a doozy. No thanks. This chapter is not yet released. Check back again shortly. Okay. So I will check this when chapter 10 comes out. But we are officially caught up, everybody. We are caught up with the Elementalist series. Finally, I've been literally just sitting here every single day using the keys. Like, I actually bought a couple of keys so I could just blast through a couple of chapters, and I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, make sure to drop a like. We will be back as soon as chapter 10 is announced. I think I'm going to live stream it. I just, I got to be careful because there are some not very PG parts of this game, so I have to be careful if I do stream it, either to not go too far, or if I do go too far during the stream, I take that part out after in post-processing. But with all of that said and done, I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss an update, because we will be back eventually, and they said that early June, maybe mid-June, the series will be coming back. So Pixelberry developers, if you're watching, release it on my birthday, June 21st. Thank you. And with all that being said, make sure also you comment something nice in the comments below. We do feature comments at the beginning of every single video for this series. So with all that being said and done, it's Keenan from PGACD8. Over and out.